The future of feeling good mental health trends in 2024. Hey everyone, it's your name from Palium Skills. You know, mental health is something I think about a lot, and it's not just me. It feels like the whole world is talking about mental health these days, which is honestly a good thing, but it also means there's a lot of information out there, and it can be hard to know what's important and what's, not so much. So in this video, we're going to explore the most important mental health trends of 2024. We're talking about the things that are likely to shape how we think about and deal with mental health in the coming year and beyond. Let's get started. A generation in crisis. Youth mental health. So let's talk about the kids. I mean, when I say kids, I'm talking about teenagers and young adults. This generation is facing a mental health crisis. Unlike anything we've seen before, we're seeing skyrocketing rates of depression, anxiety, self-harm, even suicide. It's heartbreaking, and the reasons behind it are complex, but we can't ignore the pressure these kids are under. Think about it, social media is like this constant highlight reel of everyone else's supposedly perfect life. Academic pressure is through the roof. And then there's the whole looming threat of climate change and global instability. It's a lot to handle, and frankly, it's no wonder so many young people are struggling. The workplace wellness wake-up call. Okay, so we've talked about the kids, but it's not just young people who are struggling. The workplace is facing its own mental health reckoning. And honestly, this has been a long time coming. For too long, we've ignored the mental well-being of employees, especially in high-pressure fields like finance. Burnout, anxiety, depression, these are not just personal problems, they're workplace problems. And employers are finally starting to realize that they have a responsibility to create a work environment that supports mental health. Can technology fix our feelings? Mental health goes digital. Okay, so this is where things get kind of futuristic. The world of mental health is being transformed by technology, and I'm not just talking about those meditation apps. We're talking about artificial intelligence being used in therapy, virtual reality experiences to treat PTSD and phobias, and digital tools that can track your mood and provide personalized support. Now, I know what you're thinking. Can technology really replace human connection? And that's a valid question, but for many people, especially those who don't have access to traditional therapy, these technologies could be life-changing. Chapter 4, the body image battleground, BDD and young men. Body image issues are something we often associate with women, but the reality is that men are increasingly struggling with body dysmorphic disorder, or BDD, and one form of BDD, muscle dysmorphia, is particularly prevalent among young men. It's this obsession with being muscular, with being ripped, and it's fueled by, you guessed it, social media and the unrealistic beauty standards that are constantly being thrown in our faces. It's a serious issue that can lead to unhealthy eating habits, excessive exercise, and even steroid use. Chapter 5, Therapy TikTok, Mental Health in the Age of Algorithms. Let's be real, TikTok is everywhere these days, and that includes the mental health space. On the one hand, it's kind of amazing to see so many people openly discussing their mental health journeys, sharing their experiences with things like intrusive thoughts and OCD. It's helping to break down stigma and create a sense of community. But there's also a downside. Social media isn't exactly known for its accuracy, and self-diagnosis is a real problem. It's important to remember that what works for one person might not work for another, and professional help is crucial. Chapter 6. Climate change and the mind, the rise of eco-anxiety. Okay, this one is a bit heavier, but we can't ignore it. Climate change isn't just an environmental crisis, it's a mental health crisis. Eco-anxiety, the fear and dread associated with climate change, is on the rise, especially among young people. And it makes sense, right? We're constantly bombarded with news about extreme weather events, rising sea levels, mass extinctions. It's enough to make anyone anxious. But the good news is that there are ways to cope with eco-anxiety and channel that anxiety into action. Chapter 7. Building mental resilience. It's not just about feeling good, it's about bouncing back. Look, we've covered a lot of heavy stuff today, but I want to end on a hopeful note, because the good news is that we're not powerless in the face of these challenges. There's a growing emphasis on proactive mental health care. on building resilience and developing coping mechanisms that can help us navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life. We're talking about mindfulness practices, resilience training, lifestyle changes, things that can help us build mental strength and bounce back from adversity. Remember, taking care of our mental health isn't selfish, it's essential. Outro staying well in 2024 and beyond. So, that's a wrap on the top mental health trends of 2024. I know it was a lot to take in, but hopefully you found it helpful. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more we understand about mental health, the better equipped we are to take care of ourselves and support others. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on mental health trends and tips. Stay well.